Welcome to the show. This is the Big E, where we explore, we experience, and we enjoy our life. If we are not enjoying our life, what do I say? Change your experience. Change the way you see things. Change the way you're treating someone. And as I've said before, even treating a cat, a dog, anything, that is the fastest way to change your experience and what's going on in your life from a negative to a positive. I wanted to share today about why is there a God? This is a very touchy subject. I have a faith and a hope in this type of an energy. I was raised in a very religious background, but I wanted to share my perspective of why is there a God? Why have we created this? So today I'm talking about why is there a God? Or in my experience, why did we create this? There's so much hope and so much faith and so much support to look at and believe there is something bigger than ourselves. Even in my past life, in my childhood environment, and as I was growing up as a teenager, I was raised in a Southern Baptist environment. So there are different aspects when people use certain words or say certain things that just make me twinge. My father was a pastor, Southern Baptist, hell, fire, and brimstone. So to me, that energetic is just like, okay. But I've noticed and learned over the years that in that hope that there is something greater than myself for lovingly guiding me, giving me suggestions, hints, that support, that all-knowing that I can talk to is a wonderful thing in my life, a great support system. I wouldn't be here without it because there are so many things when I just don't know. What I've realized in the past few years is that greater self than me is my higher consciousness. So let me explain. I do not believe that we are physical beings having spiritual experiences. I believe we are spiritual beings, a huge energetic, that are having a physical experience. So to think that this is who I am in this form is not my belief. I believe I'm bigger than this. Much. I'm a part of the whole. I'm a part of the universe. I'm a part of God. I am that which is God. I am that which is the universe. What that gives to me when I say this is that bigger part of me, something that's bigger than this form, than me here sitting in this chair. So I know I'm guided. I know I'm supported. I know I'm loved. I know I won't get lost out there on my own being stupid or being silly or making some crazy wrong decisions, I guess if you can say. I don't really believe in wrong or right. If you know the theme of my show, it's not really where there's a wrong or right choice, but there is a choice that sometimes I don't like anymore. It doesn't fit me. It doesn't belong. I'm done. Let's move on. So I change my experience. I look at another side of the elephant. I go to a different part of my life or the bigger aspect of me and say, okay, what more is there? What more can I look at? What more can I garner from this experience? But I want to grow. I want to be bigger than what I've just gone through. So that's what I mean by why did we create a God? I've heard this over the years in God, Jesus Christ will come again. I've heard it in the aspect of the UFOs. The great motherships are out there in our atmosphere watching and waiting for that moment where they're going to come down and save us. Jesus Christ will come again and save us. I don't believe in that, and let me explain why. When we are doing this experience in a full manifestation of our spiritual aspect, that huge, gigantic, enormous part that's unlimited of us, I don't believe it's going to look at us and go, okay, I think they're doing it wrong. They're getting a little lost. Okay, we need to go down there and save them. There's free will. There's a part of our own knowing, our bigger self, our higher consciousness, that has given us the aspect of free will. We will get it. They can help us in the sense of gentle reminders, those real soft whispers in our ear. It can be in a deja vu of, I think I've been here before. What is this all about? Or a gut feeling. My strongest sense of my higher consciousness is that gut or that synchronicity that shows up from the middle of nowhere. And it makes me curious. What's that about? What was that? What could that possibly be? I follow that. I follow that synchronicity. I follow my curiosities. And those are gentle ways that I know that I'm being guided, that I'm being given, or I am creating these places of growth, of potential. So for me, that's what I follow. My synchronicities, my instincts, my curiosities. I've always said for a very, 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 very long time that if I'm not having fun, I change my choice. I did that in mortgage, 20 some years ago. I've done it a lot in my life. Even as a young child, I used to say, if I'm not having fun, I'm changing my choice. I'm looking for something else to play with. I'm looking for a different beach ball. I'm looking for a different friend. I'm looking for a different experience. I want something that I know can bring me joy. In joy, I grow. In joy, I can heal. In joy, I can stay aware. I can stay focused. I have a consciousness. It brings joy. Joy opens our heart. And in opening our hearts and staying in that love and that joy, is where everything's possible. Even the impossible is possible. My sister used to say that, and I love that statement. It's the impossibilities that we are looking for. For me, I'm looking for those ways of those impossibilities that in the form, physical life, in my physical form, that I couldn't fathom would be possible. But they are, because my higher consciousness knows that I'm creating those impossibilities. Why is there a God? Some people need something to look to for support, for guidance. I also believe that in some of the religious aspects that I see, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, I don't believe that because I was raised this way, I'm not good enough. I'm small. I need to be smaller than God. I need to be smaller than this. I need to be less than. I need to not do this. That's too big. That's growing. Don't ask questions. You're not supposed to ask those kind of questions. I think in some aspects, the God figure is something that they can lean on and say, God will take care of it. God will tell me how. Because in some ways, it's very difficult to want to be responsible for ourselves. Why? We may fail. I may make the wrong decision and screw up a rest of my life. I may screw up something, a relationship. I don't know. How could I possibly know that that's so big? I need God to tell me, or I need guidance from something bigger than myself. Now, in some cultures, God is nature. It's the sun rising. It's the moon. It's the trees, the beautiful tall trees that grow in our nature. There are so many ways that we can look to something that's bigger than ourselves. So my belief is, why did we create God? Because we're playing small and we don't want to take responsibility. It's too scary. I agree. I understand that. But for me, there is not a God that I have to be less than. There is not a God that I have to be smaller than for him to hear me or to listen to me or to support me. And there is not a God that would send me to hell. God is love, and my love would never do that. So for me, I look to my higher self. I look to that part of me that's hard to fathom, to understand, that I'm that big, that I'm that knowing, that I'm that loving, but I can feel it. And I'm starting to feel it more and more. So I look to that part of myself. I still say a prayer here and there. I ask for guidance here and there because in this physical journey where I'm at, I still have a limit. I still feel a little less than. I'm not getting it. Oh my God, it's like just in the last week or two, things have come up that, woo, I thought were healed long time ago. If you saw my last show, it was a bit emotional because I am going through a process, but I'm looking inside. I'm looking to that greater part of me to help and guide me, and I know it will. And that's the other part of me that I love. Bring on the love, bring on the joy. I always know that I'm connected, that I'm part of everything that is. That's my joy. That's my sanity. So I hope you've enjoyed the show. Again, I was not trying to offend anyone. I'm sharing my beliefs and my experiences. But I'd love to hear from you. Email me, contact me on my website for a session, a healing session, or even for a private conversation. Send in your comments and share with me. What is your life? What is your belief? What gives you faith to keep going day by day? Stay in touch. I would love to share. One of my subscribers asked me to do a show, and I will be doing this show on Sunday on depression. I'd love to share my experience, and I truly hope it helps. So again, ask. Let's reach out. Let's touch. Let's have joy. Let's enjoy our life. I'm sending you love always.